Hello everyone, I'm Preet Kamal and I'm a lecturer at Metropolitan College, Jalandhar. Today I'm here to discuss with you the subject of computer networks. But before starting with the details of the subject, as always, I will be sharing an important information with you related to Mission Fateh, started by our worthy Chief Minister of Punjab, Captain Amrinder Singh. He always recommends that we should take care of ourselves in this very pandemic situation, a very serious situation of COVID-19. And we should wash our hands, we should use sanitizer, we should use mask, and along with that, we should maintain the social distancing. So, now let's start with the topic of today, that is man and WAN. As in the last lecture, I was discussing about the local area network. We have already discussed about the local area network, that how the local area network works, and what are the different topologies that are being used in the local area network. Now let's move on to the metropolitan area network. As you can see on my screen, that is, metropolitan area network is a network that is utilized across multiple buildings. As the local area network was confined to a limited place, that is inside a building or within a particular lab or within a particular area, less than 1 kilometers of area or in hundreds of meters, it could be used. The metropolitan area network is somewhat higher in a range. It is commonly used in school or college campuses and in multiple buildings. It is larger than LAN but is smaller than WAN. WAN is the wide area network. And it is also used to mean the interconnection of the several LANs by bridging them together. So we can use this metropolitan area network to combine or to interconnect variety of LANs together. And this sort of network is also referred to as a campus network. It is also called as a campus network. One more thing about the MAN is that it is designed to extend over a city also. It may be a single network, such as a cable television network that is available in many cities, and its range is within 100 kilometers. As the LAN was confined or limited to a very small network, the MAN has increased its range, and it uses distributed queue dual bus inside it. Then in a metropolitan area network, when we think of a size of a city or a college campus, which can range anywhere from 5 to 50 kilometers in the diameter. So they are typically owned and managed by a single entity. Similarly to the LAN, the MANs are also managed by a single entity. So this could be an ISP or telecommunications company that sells its services end to end. As we can see over here, that if we will talk about the LAN, then it will only be confined to one single station or one single building, and within that even different kind of LANs will be used. But if we need to connect those LANs together, whether in a single building or in multiple of buildings in an area that is confined to 50 to 100 kilometers in range, then that could be called as a metropolitan area network. Then in the next slide, this is here it is shown as, like, say, this is the central office, these are the warehouses, factories, branch offices. These may also be connected together with the help of MAN, metropolitan area network, right? So next is the advantages. Advantages of MAN are it provides a good backbone for a large network. Then the dual bus is used in the MAN for the transmission in data, for helping the transmission of data in both the directions. Simultaneously, it could be transmitted. A MAN usually encompasses several blocks of a city or an entire city. This MAN means the metropolitan area network. In metropolitan area network, it is comprised of, for it encompasses several blocks of a city or the entire city. But there are some disadvantages also, that is more cable connections are required when it is to be connected from one place to another, and sometimes it becomes difficult to make a system secure from the hackers and in the graphical regions. But usually the WAN is utilized for connecting different variety of LANs in a particular range. Then let's go on for the wide area network, that is WAN. WAN is the largest range. WAN is having the largest range, the largest area, and when network spans over a larger distance, or when the computers to be connected to each other are at widely separated locations, that a local area network, then where the local area network cannot be used, there in that areas the wide area network is installed. So the communication between different users of WAN is established using the leased telephone lines, satellite lines, or similar channels could be used. That means in the WAN, there is no compulsion that we have to use only wired networks. We could use the wired as well as the wireless networks. The satellite links can be used, similar channels can be used, and it is cheaper and more efficient to use the phone network for the link. It is cheaper and it is less expensive, and it is more efficient to use the phone network for this kind of a link. If we need to use the wide area network link, then it is more efficient and more cheaper if we will be using the phone network for the link. Then most WAN networks are used to transfer large blocks of data between its users. Most of the WAN networks, they are used to transfer large blocks of data between its users, and not only the small data, but a large blocks of data could be sent with the help of WAN, right? As we can see here, the WAN is the largest network, and we are having different kinds of LANs in different buildings at different cities, and they are all together. They are all getting together with the help of this WAN. They are all connected together with the help of this WAN. So it may be called as to connect. If we will talk about the LAN, then it is confined to a single building or a single place in a building. If we talk about the MAN, then we can say the entire city or half of the city or different buildings within a city are being covered. And if we talk about the WAN, then it means that we cover the entire city along with different cities. We can connect different cities together with the help of this WAN. So the advantages are the efficiency is increased, there is an ease of communication, wired, wireless, all the communication technologies could be used to send or receive the data. Then disadvantages are there are some security problems, some training costs, some maintenance problems could be there because of the larger area network. There could be some problem in the security point of view. Then let us wind up with the communicating about the LAN, MAN and WAN. If I will say in shortcut, I would say then LAN is the building, related computers could be used, then 100 or less than 100 users, then there is a uniform security, the server login is possible, there is a limited distance in a particular LAN if we are using. Then if we talk about MAN, then we can connect 1 or 2 or 3 or more than 10 LANs together or more than 3 LANs together. Then we make it a MAN, and it is confined to a campus. The unrelated computers, they don't know about each other. Then the users, the range of users increases up to 1,000. Then there is also uniform security, because if it is being used inside a campus only, then the security will be uniform. And then the domain login is possible. Then if we'll talk about the WANs, the distance increases, as you can see here in the slide, that the distance increases, the number of LANs will be increased, right? Then it can conduct within an enterprise. Then the unrelated computers are there. Then the number of users have increased to 10,000, but there is a loss, that is the non-uniform security, because of the distance has been increased. So at last, I would say that there is a difference between LAN, MAN, and WAN. In the case of range, if we'll talk about the range, then the communication network in the LAN, it ranges from 1 to 10 kilometers only. Then in a MAN, it shares 100 kilometers, and in a WAN, beyond 100 kilometers range is possible, and it is distinguished from the LAN. Then then if we will talk about the media used, then the LAN will only use the guided media, that is the Ethernet, as we have already discussed in the last lecture. Then in the MAN, it uses guided as well as unguided media, but WAN uses only unguided media. We can use air guided also, but it will become very costly, and it will be very expensive to use the guided media in the case of WAN, because of the extended range of WAN. So that is why the most preferable media will be the unguided media. Unguided means the wireless media we can use here. Then it will talk about the speed. Then there will be a high speed, that is 100 kbps to 100 mbps. In the LAN, we will experience more speed. Then when we talk about the MAN, then it is optimized for large geographical area than LAN. And if we talk about the WAN, then there will be long distance communication, which may or may not provide by public packet network. So there's a long distance communication. It is a wireless media, so obviously its speed will also be higher, but not more than this LAN, because LAN is purely based upon the guided media, and if we will use the optical fiber or the cables, the Cat5, Cat6 cables for the LAN, then its speed will be increased, but that will not be possible in case of MAN or WAN. Then if we'll talk about the cost, then the LAN is the cheaper one, the MAN is the costly one, but the WAN is the most expensive one. The equipment needed in the LAN are NIC, as I have already discussed in the previous lecture, that NIC is your network interface card, without which it will not be possible to communicate with each other in between the PCs, and the internet could not be shared if the network interface card will not be used. Then the switch and hub are also used in the LAN. Then the MAN, the modem and routers are basically used in the WAN, microwave, radio or infrared lasers, etc. will be used. These are all the devices, the networking devices that we will discuss in later on chapters. Then the protocols are the ARCnet, token ring, that is used in the LAN, in the MAN, the frame relay and asynchronous transfer mode, and then in the WAN there is ATM, that is asynchronous transfer mode, FDDI and SMDS. So these are all the protocols. Protocols means the set of rules that we will be following while connecting with the LAN, MAN or WAN. So these are all some basic information about the LAN, MAN and WAN, but I have discussed it in complete detail. This is all just difference between the three. If we need to write, if we will get an examination point of view, I will tell you about, then we can say that there is a difference between LAN, MAN and WAN in these perspectives. We can add some points also, as we will go through them in detail. These are the main points that are to be covered while talking about LAN, MAN and WAN. So this is an important topic also from the point of view of the examination. But some of these terms you may not be familiar with right now, but it will be clear later on, whenever there will be the chapters or the topics related to these points, related to these terms. We will be discussing them all in future. So with this, I will be finishing up my class now, and if there will be any difficulty, then we will discuss it in live session. Okay, so thank you so much, students. Take care.